There we go. I've linked the stream to the Discord. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once more. This time around we are having a game between Moroten playing Egypt, this is part 2, versus Dimas playing Kush, and I am joined today by my great friend Magnus. Say hello.
Hi, it's Magnus.
Hello, hello. And when we eventually get some viewers, please let me know if the sound is all good. It looks fine on my end, but yeah, you never know. And I'll, to the best of my ability, do a quick recap, although this is, of course, part 2, and I might forget a thing or two, but I did cast this last week along with Purple Bull Moose. Basically, we have a pretty even game, and we have the Egypt going for currently Mahavihara and a scholarship push, which is very interesting, very different from what we've seen so far across different games, whereas Kush Dimas went with a lot of order buying last turn. He has negative 44 legitimacy due to buying a lot of orders, but he is Kush, he is having his own wonders, Yasilkaya and Necropolis coming online, along with just being Kush and having the ability to spam shrines in almost every city, at least soon. That will be the case. He's not quite there yet, but I'm certain he will get there. And yeah, it is pretty close. I'll take a quick look at the stats for you guys, and then we'll get into the actual game. You can tell that the orders pretty close. Science, we do definitely have a lead by Egypt, but it's not impossible to catch up. And military, a slight edge to Kush currently. So all in all, very even game, and yeah, we shall see how it pans out. I believe Moroten is doing his first turn for the session, and let's see what he's up to.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this pans out with these middle sites. There are 2 more tribal sites on the map. Kush could make a push for them, but I see them going to Egypt, at least the Vandal site. And like y'all were saying last time with the borders on the Kush and Sayala coast, there's going to be a fight for access on that channel to have a diagonal entry into the line of cities that the other nation has established. I was watching the last game, and it was hard to see Moroten step his scout back a few feet, buy a tile on the other side instead of trying to secure the crabs and own his side of the coast. But right now we have both players having access to the northern diagonal strait. So let's see what happens for the bottom one. I think we have some action here.
Yep.
On the Vandal site.
It is a slim passageway, but there is a passageway through here. So yeah, very interesting. And hello to Frederick in chat. And you are right, Egypt up in science before even unlocking scholarship. So that is in itself pretty good for them regarding science. But
and it's just going to multiply with Mahavihara.
Yep.
I'm very excited to see the numbers after that pops off.
It is going to be great. It does require quite a lot of stone, but he is having a great stone income currently with 200 stone each turn. So
yeah,
he is able to afford building libraries in his city.
And the museum, we have a pin for it.
Do we now?
Yeah, up in Wasset, we have the museum
Yeah,
pin.
I see it. I see it.
It's going to be a science. It's going to be a science game, heavy science.
It
Um,
it could indeed. But the thing we were saying last time, and I still think that is the case. If the game goes on and on, I would give Kush an edge. The shrines are gonna be very strong, along with having the sentinel bonus on the military units. So we need Egypt to be ahead by a fair margin going into the late game. Currently, it looks like he could be on pace for just that, but at least that's my assessment of the current situation. And I wouldn't really count Kush out just yet, as the combination of Yasilkaya and Necropolis, along with having your religion spread to most of your cities, it is gonna be a lot of lovely civics coming in hot. So that's gonna be pretty good.
Absolutely. I played Kush in my last game versus Purple Bull Moose, who coincidentally co-casted for you at the latter half of the match last time. But my one mistake was just building and building and building and building, going for the late game, and it's going to be really important to choose that correct timing of when to push for either player. If you're going to build, what are you building toward, right? Are you building toward victory points? You're just going to turtle up and start researching those victory points, or are you going to go for something like cohorts and grab the swordsman? Um, it's we're not able to call what they're about to do with this, but it is like a bubble growing and growing and growing in size for both players. It's very exciting to see.
Yep, indeed, indeed. Looks like the first turn is about to end for Moroten. Um, Looking at the leaders, we do have currently a Zealot with Righteous, which is great for the mid game currently. We are finding ourselves in. I wouldn't say a Zealot is the ideal leader type for our current game goals. With that said, having the ability to rush out a few units can really be nice. However, we do not have any kind of religion currently in Egypt, so that is a slim advantage going in the favor of the Kush Empire. Uh, it
The
is
cushion king is very good. Those the traits that they have, along with the judge, perfect for mid game.
However, he is severely ill in Kush.
Yes. Let's hope
Uh,
this indulgent revelry mission pays off for him, and
that
he bounces back to healthy.
he could bounce back. He may not. Uh, I mean, he didn't die this turn, at least. Do we have a nice heir? We do not really have a nice heir currently. Only a 13-year-old philosophy student. So it would be a shame to lose eloquent, intelligent judge in this state of the game. But I mean, it could happen. It wouldn't be the first time we see a great leader die, and we only had this for around 13 years or so, so not a long time at all. The game itself is played on medium turn timer. At least it was last time, and seemingly they continue on medium turn timer, which is uh, not the current tournament standard, but it is accelerating the game speed quite a lot. So it is quite fun to watch. All
Absolutely.
already
50
going.
turns in 2 hours.
Yep, they are, and they did a lot in those 2 hours. And we are back to starting the timer. It's Egypt's turn. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Mm,
We'll likely be seeing a pity religion be offered to the Egyptian through an event. We have currently 2 Jewish cities, and we have enough citizens to found Christianity. One of those Jewish cities is our landowner's seat, and we also have Zoroastrianism in the sage's seat. So it's looking likely that that Egypt will be the first one toward the second set of religions.
Yeah, we could see that, but it's gonna take a while before we get our religion online, so to speak. It's gonna take a little while before you can establish a religion and spread it to all your cities, and by then the settler is probably gonna be old and dusted.
They Moroten probably wants to stick with paganism as it as 2 families are following it right now. And I noticed in the last game we were having a push for land consolidation to get the groves online. He might be looking at monasteries later on. Probably not. If I had to make a bet, it's going to be the libraries, and just the groves being online themselves give a great bonus to science.
Currently, and you are right about having marked land consolidation, which is interesting, but yeah, currently he does have divine rule, so he could adopt his pagan religion and spread that, although he is not in polytheism currently. He needs the tech for it before he can spread it to other cities, but he will get there eventually. He will get there eventually.
So, Baldus, do you think we're going to be seeing Kush push for that Numidian site in the south, or will Egypt send a front after they establish this next city?
We see a settler being built in the landowner's city, the Debiria, I don't know how to pronounce it. You give it a go eventually. But Numidians are gonna die soon. We have our 2 Medjay archers pushing in. We just take the tech card. So I don't see Egypt defend this at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this. I'm also quite excited for Gnosticism. We have that as an ambition. It is, in my opinion, the best theology if you can set it up. It requires temples to really take off, but if you can get temples, Gnosticism is gonna provide you with so much science. Each and every urban specialist is gonna provide you with 1 science, and by the mid to late game, you're probably gonna have at least 5 to 6 urban specialists in each city. So it can really add a lot of value later in the game, and I think this is gonna go on for quite a while. I don't see Egypt breaking in anytime soon.
Absolutely, and to mention the second effect of Gnosticism, which is not going to be of a great impact for Kush specifically, is that each Zoroastrian city will receive 2 civics a year with an archive built in that city. Again, the Kushites are not going to be begging for civics anytime soon. They are one of the best civs to produce civics. Let's see how much they're pulling in right now.
But
120. They're all along with Egypt right now. So
yeah,
they're doing very well.
But an important thing at some point, as Kush having crazy numbers of civics in each city, the limiting number the limiting thing for turning that civics into something useful is probably gonna be civilians, or citizens rather. So in the meantime, you might as well go ahead and build an archive. I would imagine each Kush city is gonna have the buildings like a treasury and the archives and a forum being built eventually, simply because we are floating in civics in 15 turns from now. And that is an approach that is gonna net you science for civics, which is what you're looking for as Kush. So
Leo,
yeah,
we don't have the Jebel in the lobby.
yeah.
To answer your question.
And hello, Leo. Welcome to the chat room. I don't believe Egypt is having any settlers currently, so they are not really looking to take this Numidian side.
Yeah, after looking at it, the way the mountains funnel in toward that Numidian site, it's going to be harder for Egypt to push into that. Even as a Kushite, being a Kushite city, it'll limit both factions, creating a strong choke point between the two nations.
Seemingly, Egypt settled the city on the little peninsula with the Vandals in a better spot compared to his opponent, as we managed to grab a marble on the other side of this little sea down here. So they actually have a route directly in here, and Kush is not even close to getting up these lovely borders as Egypt have set up in their part of the land. So they are not gonna have an easy time transporting units back and forth.
Yeah, that was something that surprised me. It may have been due to lack of vision, but Kush decided to settle the city the furthest away from the marble resources on the other side of the strait. If it were up to me, I would have gone to the northernmost point of the urban tiles to catch all of those marble nodes, just like Egypt did. So great settle by Moroten. He's already grabbed those tiles, already set up his connection.
This might be a thing we are making a big deal out of, and it's eventually gonna turn out to be a nothing burger. It may not at all impact the game, but we shall see. One thing that's gonna impact the game is the leader is doomed, so we are gonna have a switch in Kush's empire, which is unfortunate. The lawgiver, 13 legitimacy, so unlucky.
Leo says this city site is a mistake. How would it be a mistake, Leo? I'm not seeing it.
Maybe he's referring to I was looking at the Kush site, but we shall see. The Kush Seyala
Right.
city that may have been a mistake, but we are seeing what I talked about last time. We are seeing the shrine spam. We are seeing the workers building shrines in the cities, and that's gonna provide you with civics. Ooh, this is this time of the game is one of my favorites as Kush, when you finally unlock your shrines and you just spam them all around. It's a great time to be a Kush player, a Kush enjoyer, if you will.
There's so many marble tiles on this map. It's incredible.
Yeah,
This is definitely a wonder spam type of map.
they've both opted for the wonder spam as well. So
Another drought.
Yep, a lot of droughts. Seemingly
For those of
hitting
you who weren't
pretty hard.
here last time, there was a drought in part 1.
Looking if we are seeing any crazy events, not too crazy. Yeah, double event and still sort of the build-up phase. And it's rare to get the same event twice. I believe there is an eternal cooldown on each event, so it can't happen, let's say, within 40 years or something to that extent. I'm not exactly certain how the mechanic works, but I think that's the case.
Well, I will leave it to you on the speculation. I've never heard of that.
It is entirely speculation. I might be entirely wrong. As stated multiple times on this stream, I am not at all a technical guy. I remember one of my first online duels was with you, Magnus, and you had to set up the bot and everything. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You seemed like the expert at the time.
At the time, yes, but you have played many more games since then, and you've become a great player with amounting a great uh, pool of knowledge. It's very
And,
very
and
great to
and
see.
and you see that is the issue. I've acquired a lot of knowledge within the old world, but the real world, with technical skill, not yet acquired those technical skills. So I still don't have any idea how the coding works in this game. I am just spitballing a lot of ideas though. So
Well,
no.
we don't need to be perfect at everything. um, Festivic says, excuse me if I mispronounced your name. Uh, we're still positive for food on Egypt.
We are.
The river bonus coming in clutch.
I,
Yeah, they're
I,
still getting the money from it too,
fe-
and
fe-
the landing receipt.
if I'm not mistaken, Festific also goes by Frederick. So
Ah,
and
kind
you
of
might be
figured.
familiar with Frederick. He's been on the Discord for quite a while. And we have a builder for our regent, which is great in my opinion. We will be able to build out a few workers, and we
Oh
are
wow.
seeing workers being built, which is really nice. It's great to go into this sort of late middle game build up phase with a lot of workers because you are not really engaging in battles. So having something to do with your orders is always nice. And having, let's say, 20 workers is gonna help a lot. So actually having a few turns of a regent could maybe not be the worst thing here.
Something that we missed real quick was the event where they can choose between civics, uh, science, or a great deal of resources. And it looked like Cloris was hovering over that event for a while, um, deciding whether to take. Well, I assume deciding whether to take the resources. It was like 450 stone, plus near the same for iron and wood, or take a little bit of science, and that's what they opted for. One turn of science to push and get the order boost, and to re-roll their deck into citizenship. I personally, I don't think I would have done that with a regent. Um, I would have loved to take all those resources and maybe pop out a quick wonder.
Maybe, but I do like the order push, like taking advantage of our extra military and making those orders advance our army. So we are gonna get the last city site. So it's gonna be eight or
Yep,
nine cities to
absolutely
nine
right.
cities, and both players have a boat or two. Not a lot of boat action, but not nothing. And really don't count out the navy on a map like this. Having
Mhm.
two, or in general, just having the advantage on the navy is gonna make your army basically global. You can go all around the map in 2 turns with the, or 1 turn actually, if you have the naval supremacy. So we are
Yeah,
seeing some
it can be
navies being
hard.
spammed.
Yeah, I'm excited. All I'm trying to say is I'm excited to see that as well. Navy is a fickle thing to manage. We don't see a lot of naval combat in this game. It's mostly land-based. Uh, so if it goes in that direction, we will have a game to be speaking about for a while.
That is true. That is true. But I personally, this is my favorite map script. I honestly think I like it more with the mirror version of the map, but this is also great. The point symmetry of the map. I really enjoy having Navy being such a pivotal part of combat. So that in itself is a great thing for me personally. We are seeing
Tutankhamun
Egypt. Yeah, we
is being offered the mysterious sword.
uh, honestly, I wouldn't risk being cursed right now. Although we are ill. The mysterious sword is excellent in the early game, but we are way past the early game. I wouldn't take it, and again, cursed. We are 48. It to me this is kind of a whatever. I don't think we are looking to engage in combat currently. If I acquired a mysterious sword, I would almost certainly put up a cult in my capital instead of equipping it. But I
Yeah,
think
good.
I think the mysterious sword is often overrated.
Well, not that overrated because Tutankhamun couldn't take his eyes off it. He owns the mysterious sword.
Well, fair play to him. Watch me be wrong in a second. And one thing I also would like to look at the ruler. 9 wisdom on a salad. That is unheard of.
Yeah, incredible.
Uh,
So without the zealot trait, it would have been like 13
yeah.
wisdom.
We
Very strong.
opted for a builder in Kush. We had the choice between a builder and a judge and something else. I didn't quite see it, but seemingly we wanted to continue with a builder, and I really get why. Builder is excellent. It's also a great approach to build out your borders along the coast with those urban tiles you can build as a builder. And we are having a game with a million billion great wonders, so having a million billion great workers is going to be nice.
Constantum says this 9 wisdom zealot does not only believe he is right, he is actually right about everything.
Yeah, he is a great guy. Watch out for him. Um, I really believe we're gonna see a marvelous endgame. But yeah, look at all the shrines coming online for Kush. They need some orders. However, in a few turns they are gonna have citizenship, and that's gonna add 9 more orders to the orders pile. So they are gonna be golden in that regard.
I'm counting at least 5, 6, maybe 6 order shrines being built right now. That's wonderful to see. The order economy is going to change very quickly here for Kush.
Still having this drought, it's pretty rough, honestly. Oh.
Yeah, they may have to end up buying food to complete this ambition. It looks like both of them have the same ambition.
They both got it on the first drought of this game. They both opted to take this ambition, and now they are getting punished. The weather gods are trying to give us a message from the great beyond.
We're seeing the light chariot be rushed down, not rushed, but moving
south
down toward these. Yeah, so.
How many libraries are we seeing in production? I am seeing a lot of barracks being built, and 2 libraries currently being built in Egypt.
Well, as my good friend Boldus always says, officers are key to science.
He seems like a smart guy. I would definitely follow his advice. Not at all 9 wisdom. but nevertheless, this could be me having a build queue of 6 barracks at the same time. Honestly, I would have 8. If Moroten has 6, I would go for 8 barracks at the same time.
Always something to critique.
Yep. I would say screw these lumber mills. We need barracks. But there is two.
Screw these lumber. we're chopping down the forest. We have a missionary going through that southern forest, and he has his axe in hand.
Yep. I think I would. The main thing I would probably change currently as Egypt, although it is difficult to assess quickly. We are building a lot of units in cities where I think we could be building specialists, although we do not have office spots available in most of the cities. I mean, they are. I'm not really trying to assess 100% if they are doing the right play. It is very difficult to assess non-stop, but I like the build queue in Kush. We see a million shrines being built, and those shrines are gonna give orders, and they are gonna give you training. Free training for the Shrine of Epidemic, or Epidemic, or I don't know how to pronounce that either.
We have the next city going down right now. It's gonna be an artisans.
I can see why with all the hills around.
Mm.
So yeah, 9 cities for each player. Having a look at the stats, we are having almost, are they similar? The order economy still significant advantage for Egypt, and the same with the science. So the science is gonna be an issue for Kush, but can they make up for it with the civics they got going? What is
Yeah,
the
I think they
civics
have a
doing?
good chance. This is exactly the type of nation I want to play. Well, maybe I'd like a bigger army and be playing Rome, rushing Egypt down. But for a race between like who can be bigger, this is it.
Yep. And knowing Moroten, he's not really an aggressive player. He
Mhm.
But maybe it's mainly due to playing versus me, and I am quite aggressive, so most people seem defensive versus me. I tend to be the aggressor.
On the games that we played with Moroten in our 2v2s, I think he was the first to. No. At least in the last one, he was definitely
yeah, probably.
kicking our ass.
I loved build queues. We just see libraries, lumber mills, and barracks, and I believe in one turn we're gonna see a lot of ranges, and then we are gonna turn these uninstalled citizens into officers. Great overall. This is good. This is good shit.
Couple comments here in the chat. Leo says it's a game of barracks versus shrines, and I agree with that, at least right now at this point in the game.
It is very much challenging my philosophy of officers being my religion or barracks being my religion. I've said that on multiple streams, and I would rather have a barrack than a shrine in my cities, but we shall see. We shall see how it pans out.
Also saying, Constantum says, I would say that Moroten is usually not aggressive unless you rush him. And then Leo clarifies that chloriss was aggressive in the previous game that he played.
I mean, there's a certain aggressiveness to a player buying 45 legitimacy worth of orders with a schema. That takes some kind of aggressiveness in my book. But yeah.
So the science output has changed dramatically. Losing that last leader in Kush has set them back to roughly rounding up 70 science per turn versus Egypt's 114 per turn.
Yeah.
So it's looking.
It's if we're looking at the total science acquired in this game, there is only around 600 science between them, which isn't a whole lot. It is one fourth or fifth tech like worth of science. So it is the scholarship basically, but I wouldn't say it's insurmountable, at least not yet. But again, Egypt hasn't really pushed into any military advantage. But
And we're seeing the shrines go up right now, and we know Kush is great with their civics. We may see them pump out a bunch of apprentice acolytes to begin catching up.
they could. I believe we will see apprentice officers before we'll see acolytes. But again, we'll see soon. One thing I like, we did build a lot of workers in Kush, so we have 17 workers currently, and Egypt was ahead a few turns ago, but we've built a lot. So Egypt is still at only I say 14 workers, still a great number. But yeah,
And the regent is no longer on the throne, but we still have a builder.
you will still have a builder, yeah.
It's a new kid though. He's prosperous, righteous, pretty good.
Great for this part of the game. Intelligent would have been better, but this ain't bad, not even one bit. Although one thing that really could determine this game is we are struggling with reinforcement down south if we saw an attack down south, and that could be the case. So we need to set up our borders. Maybe with a few ships being anchored, that could help a lot. But we do have our unique unit in the city, so it is probably gonna be fine for a little while. And with all the workers being active in both nations, aggression is sort of delayed. And I would also guess Egypt would like to wait around and wait for their science to kick in, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why
Frederick has a
Egypt.
couple of comments.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
I just don't know why Egypt isn't further ahead when you look at the graph. It would seem that he's been ahead the whole game, but I guess we've got some decent events in Kush. Oh, we are out of the drought.
We're back. We're back.
I had almost forgotten how the world
Look
looked.
at this. A very well-timed food boost, but we're between that and jurisprudence. Wow. Okay. So sorry. The food boost is only 200 apples.
It's not really going to change a lot.
Yeah, don't recommend going for that.
I wonder if we're going to go for jurisprudence. It is an old school strat, I'd say. But if you can get there, getting to guilds can be amazing. Building elder officers immediately is so strong, but it's also very slow. It's the best empire by turn 100, but you need to get there.
Looks like we're opting for administration instead.
Yeah, I think the right call here, honestly, is to focus on our laws. We could really use to get polytheism, constitution, and epics to get the 7 law timing going. I like to take these cheap techs right now. I wouldn't go for guilds and jurisprudence currently. I think that's too aggressive. But it is.
We have some comments here in the chat.
Yeah.
Most of them being from Frederick. He's saying that scholarship can be quite explosive in science, especially with sages, and Kush only has monasteries for science, and he thinks that they're about to fall behind a lot more. Uh,
Hmm.
and Egypt will get even more science with the groves, with the ultimate goal, he assumes, being cohorts.
Yeah.
And he agrees with you. Jurisprudence is overly greedy.
And I always know I am on the right track when I'm agreeing with Frederick, so that is not bad. Um, I mean, I think most people looking at this game would agree and assess that currently Egypt is doing very good. The science is great. They have uh, great map control, decent on area metric. I think what is gonna cause more discussion is how competitive is the Kush Empire actually with the Egypt. And I would say it's probably closer than most people would realize. I'm not certain in that assessment, but that is my feeling currently.
Feelings are important to
Fe-
acknowledge.
feelings
Can't
are
ignore them.
important. Yeah, I just believe those shrines are gonna kick in along with Sentinel Slingers. I mean, Sentinel Slingers can keep you in the game for way longer than they should, honestly. It's disgusting. They are cheap to
Okay,
build
so
and quite strong.
we are neck and neck in improvements finished. I had a feeling that Kush was going to be far ahead of Egypt in improvements controlled, improvements finished. Uh, but we're at Egypt with an 89 and Kush at 94. Uh, I still suspect that Kush will be going faster on the the improvements, but Egypt will have more quality in their improvements.
I believe that is right. I think Egypt started be behind with Kush taking a lead in that, and then Egypt got ahead in workers, and now we're back to Kush being ahead in workers. So they're trading, I'd say, but we are at the part of the game with both players having finished the expansion. So what are we gonna use our orders for? We are clearly having an excess and number of orders in Egypt currently. Are we gonna attempt to do anything aggressive with our orders? I don't believe we are looking for aggression currently, but you never know. Looking at the
Yeah,
science, it has already improved quite a lot in Kush.
good job, coach. It looks like they're just putting up their walls down at the south. I don't think I agree. I don't think we're going to see very much aggression. It's more a what is it? Passive body language response, like, "Hey, I've got an army too,
Yep,
and if we fight, it's going to be bloody."
yep. You'd like to see that. Uh, but having more workers is always great in this part of the game. And don't forget, we do have the
Mhm.
religion going in Kush. I'll go to this tab right now just to so people can get an idea about the numbers the cities are pulling. Talking about the top right corner, I've clicked on the little house Magnus, so you can
Mhm.
tell the different cities what they are producing and also their output.
Oh,
I,
there are two houses. There's one on the left and one on the right.
but that's why I specified top right corner, the little house.
Ah, my bad. I was looking at all these pins that Moroten was putting down.
What is he putting down? Is he saying anything?
Ranges. Ranges, ranges,
Ranges.
ranges, ranges.
Ranges all over. I didn't look at that. Maybe I need to select a worker to see it. Yeah, I do. And yeah, I see a lot of ranges coming down soon, probably. which is honestly the right call. I also see some ships being built. So again, the naval battle could be pivotal in this game, and it's often difficult to come back when you lose the naval first battle, but not impossible.
I think it depends on where you stage your battle. So if you're staging the naval battle in the middle of the sea, yeah, it's going to be whoever has the most firepower there. But if you're the aggressor pushing up to somebody else's coast, they've got archers, they've got onagers, they've got you name it. They they have more forces not in the naval category, so it's not strictly a numbers game.
Yeah. Again, you're not wrong. You are quite a smart guy. I like that about you.
Thanks, dude. Thanks.
We do see museum being started by Egypt, so he is gonna pull even further ahead in science. And next turn, Mahavihara is gonna be done. I am curious about how much science we're gonna net from that.
Frederick.
Is... What is Frederick
Sorry,
saying?
Bonus?
What is Frederick saying?
A bit limited wood income for all these ranges. Egyptian unique units cost a bit of wood. I agree with him. We do see a couple of lumber mills going down, but right now these ranges are going to be supplied by chops for sure.
Yeah. We have the orders to chop. We do have the gold to buy, and we have the technology to eventually build the lumber mill. So I think it's probably gonna be fine, but we shall see. But it is correct when people are looking at the build queues. Currently, Egypt is more likely looking to build up an army, which I don't think is wrong.
Interesting use of a festival. Festival 2 in Sayala. I imagine that's for the officer that's going to come out of that barrack.
Yeah, probably. It is easy to afford those festivals when you do have an excellent civic income, and the city itself has 26 civics income. You don't really need growth if you have crazy civics.
We're partying all the time. We don't need food.
Imagine being that civilized you don't need food.
Oh, well, if you've been to college in America, you understand.
I've yet to have that on my bucket list. I haven't been to America as of yet. So,
oh, great place. Great place.
You would recommend?
Well, it's my street.
Yeah, eventually you are inviting, I'll be going. The first ever big LAN party of Old World. I'll join.
Hell yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But
31 orders to start.
Yeah,
very good.
Looking at the order graph, we do see it did increase for Kush. We are still behind Egypt by a fair margin, but it is getting there. And currently the 10 order difference, a lot of it is legitimacy. We are far behind on legitimacy.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, that is gonna be rough. And that is a side bonus of building a lot of wonders. You do get a lot of legitimacy.
We can read the player's notes. If we've missed any, feel free to direct us to the note that we have missed. We have one in the top. Moroten says boats.
We do have one in the bottom by Dirty. Vigilant governor in case of attack. He never put in a vigilant governor, so I don't think he's expecting an attack. He does have one vigilant governor, but she is 71, so
Yeah, vigilant for the 3 more years.
I don't think that's gonna impact the game. I love how quickly these players are playing. It's going back and forth.
Oh, it's all worker turns. All they need to do is select their build queue.
It's very efficient back and forth. It's yeah, it's nice. It's a nice change of pace compared to some of the games being played where 10 turns takes 4 hours basically. They've already played through 10 turns. I can barely keep up, and I'd rather have trouble keeping up than not knowing what to say, if that makes sense.
For sure, yeah, I agree with you.
It
I'm right now I'm looking at the difference between the bottom left city and the top right city, and how they've chosen to develop. The Kushite top right city, they have the forts against the water, and they have their whole diamond already set up. So that city is already all ready to go, producing units. But we have Egypt here with 2 fortified, upgraded spearmen, and that's not looking very inviting for them. But Egypt on the bottom left, we've just started, and we're getting our we have 1 barrack up, and we're getting an Odeon down. We don't have any forts up, so it could be rather dicey if Kush decides to push even just a little bit into that territory, just to say, hey, you're not allowed over here. This is my area.
I don't think Kush is gonna be looking at any kind of aggression. We have a lot of workers. We have 18 orders being used for improvements currently. So everything is funneled into just building up our empire. Nothing is moving forward towards our opponent right now. I can guarantee it. Egypt could be looking to make some trouble, and they are building a lot of boats. I am wondering if we are gonna see a naval invasion. I think that might be a play from Egypt, and I honestly think it would be a great play. That would really punish the low orders and the lack of connected borders in the Kush Empire. It would not be unreasonable for Kush to go into colonies, buy up the borders, and go back to serve them. They do have a lot of civics. They could maybe afford it at some point. But I understand why you don't want to do it now. And yeah, if Moroten is looking for a fight, he could probably take it. He is looking at his orders. He's having every single worker is doing work in his empire, and yet he's still having 30 orders to spare. So he's not really.
So are the military units. They're building forts themselves.
Everything is building forts. Look at the build queues from Moroten. 4 ships are being built at the same time.
Where is that coming from? Where's all that wood?
I believe we are buying, and we may be selling some iron and some stone. That could be the case. But Mahavihara is done, and we've gotten better science and better civics in the Vasset.
I'm not sure if we covered this, but the stockpile 2000 food did not happen for the Kush.
Yeah,
we will see if it happens for Egypt.
I doubt. The double drought probably stopped that ambition. But it's not going to be a big deal, honestly. At least not for Egypt. It's more a deal in Kush, but both players are having excellent opinions currently, at least last time I looked. And I believe that is still the case. Since last time I looked, the build queues have improved a lot. This is the training. We can build specialists so goddamn quickly. You'll love to see it. Back to Kush. Just... Ooh, we have a pretty nice chancellor with educated, so a lot of wisdom growth in every city. You like to see it.
They
But
opted to upgrade their duchess to a delver. Duchess Ekekla.
I mean,
Age 17.
a delver is gonna add a lot of value on a map with 11 marble sites or so. So
Yeah.
I can see why. We do also have significant issues with wood in our empire, in Kush Empire. So we'll need to mitigate that somehow. Our unit is draining our food or our wood resources. But
I
currently,
see
go ahead.
40 be bought. Maybe for a granary?
Where are you looking?
40 would be bought.
Ah,
Now it's down to 20.
it could just be a farm, honestly. Or a mine. It could be a lot of things. At least we have decent gold income in Kush. But
Yeah,
shrines...
great economies for the most part.
Yep, both players are having a great economy. Back to Moroten. Using the sword, we will see if he's gonna put it down and get the sword cult, or...
He owns it.
He owns
He has
the
the
sword
sword of the gods.
Yep. And he is a zealot, but he is currently sitting in Vasset, so I don't know if he's looking to bring his leader out. He is getting a lot of science from that leader, 75%, and if you look at the city, is providing 78 science each turn. And it's only gonna be better next turn. That's gonna be a master philosopher coming in.
So if you were in Moroten's position, having the sword of the gods right now, would you do anything with it? Would you leave it? Would you leave your
you have the
leader in the
option.
city?
You have the option to put it down as a cult. I would have done that.
See.
It
Well,
would give
I'm
off small
thinking,
legitimacy. I don't think I would take my leader out, even though he's absolutely amazing on the battlefield. I think the science we get from the leader alone is worth it. It's 45 science from the leader alone. 45. That is
quite a lot of science, yes.
Up.
And to your point, my idea was putting him on the light chariot and rushing him through into that artisan seat down, or that artisan city down at the bottom of the map. But to your point, 45 science per turn is likely more valuable than that entire city.
Far more valuable. So people tend to overestimate the value of the cities you build late in the game. It's not gonna be useless, don't get me wrong, but it's not worth fighting too much over one of these cities with 0 specialists and no improvements currently. It's not really doing a whole lot.
We have a second upgrade, strike 2 on our Byrene.
Oh yeah, I see. We are looking to do something with our boats. And we are also having our light chariots coming online, and they're gonna have a field day just going across the ocean and do a lot of damage.
Moroten, Swedish name for the carrot,
I
earthroot.
I knew that. I'm not certain how it's pronounced. I
Sunclaws, which clarifies it's Morot and
Moroten. Moroten. I'll have to look that up eventually.
I'll have to practice in the shower.
But he is saying not the name Morten, or that is
No.
that is a Danish name at least, and the exact same spelling he spelled in the end, Morten. Nevertheless, back to the game. We are probably looking to. Oh, judge is probably gonna be the judge. They are playing so fast, it's almost impossible to keep up. But looking at these graphs currently, look at the orders, how Kush has skyrocketed.
Very good response. Putting down the order shrine everywhere,
Yep, it is gonna
and it's
add
paying off.
so much value. And that is probably one of the reasons you can afford to go crazy on the legitimacy early, as you are eventually gonna end up with this crazy, crazy science, also crazy order economy with Kush. But
I have an idea regarding the naval units, and not to interrupt you if you have more to that.
nah, go ahead.
So I'm thinking it's possible that these naval units may be setting up and three of them for an attack on the Kushite warrior in the fort. And if they can somehow get amphibious and take that warrior out, he can move his entire army in the north straight into Sayala.
He could accomplish the same thing by just anchoring his ships.
That's true. I have forgotten that mechanic. Great.
That is
Oh my goodness.
maybe an easier approach. I mean, you are not wrong, don't get me wrong, but not entirely right either.
Well, I guess my way it saves one turn of anchoring,
I,
but three orders of oh man,
Yeah,
that's
but
funny,
that is if you can one shot the warrior. I don't think you are
right?
gonna be able to one shot the warrior. But I like your approach a lot more, honestly. But I believe we are gonna see anchoring, the good old, very boring anchoring play, you know.
Yeah, dude,
I
I'm thinking two outside the box.
yep. I love the mechanic of anchoring in this game. It is unlike anything I've ever seen in a game like this, and it's so much better than having transport ships and all those issues with transport ships. Um, but one thing I've always felt missing is I would like more kind of ships to battle one another. It's kind of like maybe you could have a ship with a very limited anchoring range, but it could be stronger, and then maybe one with a little bit of range. Or I'm not certain it's gonna be beneficial to the gameplay, but it's only a numbers game on the sea currently. There are no countering going on. I would
Well,
like a little bit of rock paper scissors, maybe.
so there is a little bit of that with the fire ship and grappler. Those are two very important upgrades to have on your ship, and then you can you can upgrade into amphibious and marines to be a ocean to land attacker. You can specialize these ships, but I see what you're saying. Having ranged ships or maybe ships with more health, but I do think the specialization is there.
You are not wrong, but if that's the definition of a little, I would like maybe a little more.
Okay, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I maybe if you could handpick the promotions more specifically on ships,
Mm,
if you could do
that's a
something to that
good
extent,
idea.
maybe you could do something, but it's very much just a numbers game, and I think that could use a little bit of depth, in my opinion. Like when you're having on the land in the early game, you do have the spears countering chariots, and you have the chariots being
Mhm.
countered, or the spear being countered by axemen, and the axemen being countered by chariots. And then you have the archers sort of doing their own thing, which I like that. That works, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the problems with focusing on uh, building out the Navy mechanics is that sometimes we don't even see water on a map,
Mm.
um, which
And
is
and I
go ahead.
believe, and I think this is probably even more important, it is already very confusing to new players how the anchoring and the ships works
Mhm.
in general. Adding multiple ships wouldn't really help a lot. Uh, it would definitely confuse people if you had to build ships to get underwater.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything.
but I don't know. I'm a bit tired, maybe.
Oh, it's okay. Um, I'm worried for Kush here because we are every turn we're upgrading these ships on Egypt, and Kush doesn't know that yet. They've actually put their ships to sleep, so that they're not in the rotation of when it's your turn, you're flipping through your units. Um, are they building any more ships? No, it doesn't look like it. So they could be in for a little bit of trouble if Moroten decides to make a move here.
But the science is really taking off currently in Egypt, and having both academy, library, and everything going on in Wasit, along with that zealot providing infinite science.
Something I never expect somebody to say.
uh,
Zealot providing that much science.
it is disgusting, honestly. It is gonna. He's gonna lose a lot of the extra science when that leader dies. The difference between the two empires is honestly mainly that leader.
Mhm,
But he's
mhm.
gonna have a museum eventually. So
And when you have a leader like this, it's so important to capitalize on them because when you lose that momentum, you need to have that net to fall back on. If you have not done anything to accelerate your empire, then what have they done for you? And we see that sometimes on leaders who are left on um, a unit, like I do in all of my games.
we have a question about the race to legendary. We have 18 turns for Kush, and we have 27 currently for Egypt. So the
Yeah,
if
Morton's actually put down a pin for the Heliopolis.
uh, we do have
He's
Heliopolis on the board. So if we get there, we are gonna have infinite orders. I like the word infinite today. In Kush, they have the setup for it. So that would go pretty hard. We need to get there, and it is still quite a far away. But also just to your point before about this crazy leader, The only, or not the only reason, but the main reason this leader is so crazy currently is because we have such a good city to begin with, building a lot of science. It wouldn't be half as efficient if you didn't have a great science city to begin with. So that is not luck, that is credit to Moroten.
Hats off to you, Moroten.
Yep.
And thank you for expounding on my idea there.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for helping me distinguish between ships and sheeps.
I actually stepped out of that one.
Yeah,
I
I know,
remember.
but having the conversation with you made me realize there is a difference between the two.
So I'm learning a language myself right now, and after realizing how many words are similar, I will never ever correct somebody on their pronunciation.
it, it is difficult, uh, but honestly, I should be better. Nevertheless, the story about this game is gonna be, can Kush not lose to science before they really establish
Mhm.
themselves?
Yeah, they're 10 turns ahead of reaching legendary in their capital, Kush. So it's Egypt has got to do something to accelerate that culture income.
Yep. And we are also having a builder, so we could rush out a wonder really quickly
Oh
if we would like
right.
to. Um, so before this builder dies, we could be going for Heliopolis and get all those orders. That would really be strong. But again, it is still quite the distance, and suddenly we have 161 in Egypt. Their science is really taking off right now, and we do see a lot of Shrine of Ra, which is the order shrine. So maybe Kush is. We do see them being naive now, so the the power levels have equalized a bit. Yeah, military score. We see Egypt flying up currently. The build queues once more, mainly being the warriors. Could probably still be building a few more specialists in cities needing officers, but that's about it. We are building ranges and we are building the right shrines.
Two more biremes coming out in Egypt. This is something that Moroten is strongly committing to. Like Moroten already has the ocean by this point. If he decides to move them anywhere, uh, very very good to be the first one there. If he can't secure Heliopolis, then he secures the ocean movement, and that'll save him a ton of orders.
Yeah, he will. But he's gonna have enough orders to stage an offensive, basically. He's currently rocking the polytheism, divine rule, but I believe he is gonna adopt his pagan religion. He's gonna have pagan religion in all his cities, and he's gonna have a lot more orders in a few turns. Look at him building the order shrine in every single city currently. So in 3 turns time, or 5 turns or so, he's gonna have double the orders basically, or maybe not double the orders, but it is gonna increase a lot. But I'm not.
We may have missed it, but Christianity has been founded in the a writer's city. Uh, but to your point, it's being suppressed. They want to see
Yeah,
paganism take off here.
Yeah, and I understand that. I really like the shrines we're building in Egypt in all those hills, so we can get the border to close out all around, or at least close to it. It's a good play. We are seeing movement
Bit
of the
movement.
ships, which oh, this is a mistake. This is a huge mistake.
Oh man.
Why are we building the lighthouse also?
If he can get it in one turn, maybe, but those ships that Moroten has is very strong.
But why
Are very
are
strong.
we going for the lighthouse? It's not a really strong one, in my opinion. I mean, we are having some craps, but this are we having a fire ship promotion on either of you? We do have a fire ship promotion, and we're seeing just being promoted from. You can go in with one fire ship and push all the workers away. That is clearly a mistake.
Okay, I want to point out that this is greedy. They're building it next to the Shrine of Amani, which is the one that gives you +1 wonder.
Yeah.
Not one wonder, one order per wonder. And I can understand that you want that extra order, but if you don't know what's going on the other side of the map, don't put it at the closest point
Yeah.
to your enemy.
This is super greedy, but if he loses, it may seem like, oh, this is devastating, but if you look at his income currently, he's
Mhm.
having a lot of stone, he's having a lot of civics. He can lose this and it won't be a big deal, but it is a mistake. Um, It's called the Kabagas Gambit. It establishes dominance and confuses the opponent. I like that a lot, but from Problem Gambler. It is a gambit indeed. It is just to establish dominance. I like that take, honestly. Um, but
Let's see the response.
it would not be an issue. We can stop this wonder this turn if we would like to. We can take our
Well,
fire
he
ship.
doesn't know where it is right now. I mean, all he needs to do is move, but
I mean that is true. You don't see where the opponent is building it. That is true. He could maybe
yeah.
look for it in the back.
Hey, like why would he ever build it right there? Yeah, let's go all the way south and check it out.
That is actually mind games. Oh, this is good stuff. I like this a lot. Oh, great stuff. I hope they continue to play for a little bit. Last time they only played for 2 hours, and we've already been playing for 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, I mean, time flies when you're having fun.
No, absolutely. It's a blast watching this. What the gall for this guy to put the lighthouse there.
But
The spice that old world gives you.
But I love the build queues from Moroten currently. Officers and warriors, that's probably gonna get him all the way there. It is, yeah, good stuff.
How am I still listening to this music? I'm here like singing along in my head to the Bulgarian state television female choir. But like I thought I turned it off forever ago.
Are we gonna look for the wonder? We can tell how soon it's done by hovering up here. But
oh wow. Yeah, I don't think I knew about that mechanic.
good morning, Brack, to you. I love that I am both the last thing and the first thing in your daily
That's
routine.
incredible.
He went to bed, I was live. He woke up, I'm live. Uh, to be fair,
Just like your breakfast and dinner, you gotta
I,
get your daily dose of boldness.
I've been cosplaying as scientific this weekend, honestly. So yep.
Oh, hats off to you, dude. It's amazing how much you've been putting work into this community.
This city, this output is gonna be crazy when we get the museum. We're gonna see 200 plus science in one city. It is disgusting. I mean, the science is not bad in Kush, but it is not at the same level currently.
Mm-hmm.
We still need more time to get there. Portcullis is gonna be a pretty good grab, but I would have.
Oh right, yeah.
If we can get a spy into Wasset, that's not easy.
As a reminder to the viewers, um, this is what I always like to say. Uh, uh, our like cultural old world metric of how much science you should have is uh, by the turn numbers. So according to those terms, Kush is doing great. And it was not I who established that. It's our great scientific who has spread that amongst the community. But as we're seeing in
Maybe
Egypt right now,
maybe he's just
doubling.
slow. He is having the name scientific, but when you think about it, I think his science rate might be a bit on the low side. To be fair, he is also saying that it is the minimum number you should be targeting.
Mm,
It's
thank
not
you for the clarification.
it is not the one number to rule all. It is the bare minimum you should hit, basically. And
And 171.
I like to aim for doubling the turn order. That is a goal to hit.
Well, you heard it here, folks. The
The
bar is set.
yep. I mean, Egypt is currently passing by, but just barely by building every single science wonder in the game. They're barely scraping by. My standard might be too high, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, we see in some of your games. Well, how many libraries do we have down? We went for the libraries to be able to build them in scholarship, but
Eh,
how
But but
many do we actually have?
but honestly, you don't need a lot of libraries because our main science output is probably gonna be
You're
around our
right,
three cities. So it is a
because it's a
mistake.
multiplier.
Yeah, it's not bad to build it in every single city, but the output is gonna be focused a lot in the empire. The later the game, the more it's gonna be focused in one city. Currently, we're having 100 science in this city alone.
What?
Uh,
Queen Zenobia.
yeah, I was just about to say we've clearly given up our throne to Zenobia, but we still have the zealot. The zealot, as he was a governor. Oh, he's not a governor anymore. What? What happened? Did he die? What?
Let me see. I'll check the people list.
He got killed. He
Oh
abdicated and got
no.
killed. No. What?
He had the sword
No
of the
one will know.
gods. The gods was on his side.
That holy shit. That the
That
queen
hurts.
consort Zenobia took the throne, and the next year everything went to the Look at the science. How much science we lost.
Wow.
The 40 or 50 science lost in one fell swoop.
Well, let's not be too negative. What have we gained here? We've gained a judge, and judges can do a lot at this point in the game, right? And look at their stats across the board. He's also inspiring. That
Yeah.
means Wasset is going to get closer to legendary. Uh, I I am saddened. I'm saddened for the loss of the smartest zealot I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But Queen Zenobia is great.
It was probably, as Aaron stated, the risk of marrying a rising star like Zenobia, so we were playing with fire and apparently lost some tempo. We're still fine, don't get me wrong, we're still fine. Um, it would be great to have
Oh
a
man,
science. I would immediately take Zenobia and put her to work in Wasset. That's 15 science right off the bat, so that would go hard. And you could maybe buy a philosopher, a master philosopher. So you could do a lot with Zenobia this turn if you were a Moroten. What is Zenobia doing right now? She
but you know
is,
what he should be doing is going over to the lighthouse, which he has not been doing.
yeah. Yeah, that is true. We apparently didn't really want to
Oh,
contest it. Or maybe he heard you. Maybe we are staging. I mean,
it's still out of range. He still can't see it.
he doesn't know.
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't know where it is. It's so close and yet so
Oh
far.
my gosh.
Uh, seriously, you could earn maybe 25 signs per turn by taking Zenobia, putting her in Wasset right now, and then buying the Master Philosopher with our gold we would get. A lot of value to be had by having Zenobia in there. But alas, she is gonna sit down in this lovely city with two stone cutters and apprentice officer.
Oh, it finishes next turn. It
I
he's
mean,
uh
isn't the point of a lighthouse kind of to be found? That's the whole point of a
that's
lighthouse.
true.
So it is clearly
Oh
missing the
man.
point. But
He's gonna
but maybe you assessed looking at the map and said, what what the fuck? It's gonna be 5 crabs. He's gonna double and 2 pearls. It's not a big
could it
deal.
be because of the hamlets? Like, is that ever a reason why you want to go for the lighthouse to spam hamlets and increase your economy?
No. That's the short answer.
Oh,
No.
there goes my strategy in
I
the next
uh,
round.
I uh, I believe, especially as Kush in this game state, you have a lot of urban buildings you would like before building hamlets. You have
Mhm.
4 shrines you would like in every single city, and that's gonna take a little while. So I at least don't believe we're going for hamlets. Yeah, it could be that Frederick didn't realize that it was being rushed by
Mhm.
15 workers. Um, it's not gonna be a very powerful lighthouse, but it's gonna do something. But again, we don't even have nets on some of these crabs, so I entirely forgot to spectate Kush that turn. I was very caught up in the moment. So we
Holding
have
my breath.
we have this turn to fight find the lighthouse and stop it. Are we gonna find it?
It's like
It is
just hidden.
it's right there, just outside of our vision. It
Don't
would
use all your orders yet. No.
you could do it with around 6 orders or so. You could stop this lighthouse. You need nothing but those 6 orders. Going in with the fire ship, and then going in with a ship afterwards. I believe there is no, probably it would be not possible to move in afterwards, but you could do it with a scout. So you would force march the scout, or you would need to kill the ship in front, which honestly wouldn't be impossible. But I don't think we're gonna care for it. We're just gonna say you can have that wonder. I don't care
For the
about it.
record, I want Kush to have this wonder, but it's just so hard to see. He's got a boat in the middle of the ocean, and he's
I,
one tile away from seeing it.
I'm way more excited about we gave a commander
with tracker.
That's such a random
Tracker revealed it.
Oh no.
That's the first time I've seen Tracker do something, dude.
Tracker is amazing. You heard it here first, guys. Look at it. We can see it.
Goodness.
Oh no.
Moroten's jaw is on the floor.
He's calculating. Can I do it? He's only got 1 minute left, but he can extend by a lot if he needs to.
This is so exciting.
But it's not gonna be as easy as one might think. Because you go in, you push all the workers and the ship with the fire ship, if I'm not mistaken. The ship would go one back and stand in the corner, but all those tiles around would be red, and you can't move from one red tile to another red tile. So you would need, I believe a scout could do it, going from land out on the water. So you would need to take one of your scouts, force march it in there, and then you could do it. Oh. So I don't believe we are gonna go for it. No, we didn't. We even had orders to spare.
Yeah.
We even had orders to spare. What? I'm confused. This is yeah.
In the long term of it, is the lighthouse going to do much? Maybe
Nope.
Moroten asked himself that. It's not. There was a lot of resources that he put in to make the lighthouse. And here we got now a ship out of position.
Yeah, it's just gonna die.
Yeah, Moroten has secured supremacy by allowing the lighthouse to live. Oh my goodness! Wait.
Maybe we are just gonna take
all the other ships.
No, he doesn't. I believe, viewers, we are having a bug. He should be able to see at least the commander ship right here, but he should force march this ship and get the kill immediately. This could spell the disaster for Kush. But look at the Kush's science. It is kind of what I said. It would accelerate pretty quickly. We could also eventually get to a point where we got a scholar in our city, Moroten, and start spamming inquiries. I would very much consider that. Taking maybe the scientist, Shibitku, the scientist, put him in there and start spamming. Would be nice.
I'm going to take a quick break to refill up on my tea. So I will be right back.
Yeah, that is cool. Aaron, you're probably right. He probably hasn't explored this before, so that's why he doesn't see. This is gonna hit hard in a second. That is gonna be a lot of lost ships for Kush. He really should have bought orders and killed this ship immediately. That is a huge mistake. He's probably gonna lose these 3 ships. It could be devastating. It could be not a big deal overall. Military score, kind of close. Orders. We do see a lead in orders for Kush currently. But can they get the units there? Very exciting game. I hope they continue for a little while. I'm scared they're gonna stop pretty soon because they did that last week. But we shall see. Yeah, look at this. This is just gonna be 3 dead ships for nothing. But we did get the lighthouse before. Maybe one of the ships was actually the lighthouse ship event that sometimes spawned. I don't know if we had 3 ships before. it is asking for trouble, this move. Moving out with the ships. I don't know what we were looking to accomplish, honestly. Maybe we thought we could just get some good deals, but it's gonna be a pretty sad situation. But I was commenting before we put Zenobia in the main city, so very good job for very good job by Moroten to build up, and museum is gonna be done very soon. Going for doctrine. Wondering if we are looking to spend our orders with orthodoxy. Could very well be the case. Great positioning right here. We are trapping this ship in here, and this can't move out. So excellent positioning, and we're still just spamming ships in all our cities. Pretty close. We'll see next turn. Try to remember these numbers, chat. Remember these numbers, and we're gonna compare it in a second. Is the numbers greater or smaller than these numbers? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. I think these numbers are bigger, honestly. And that is these shrines having a lot of value. This is gonna be a great pickup. That's gonna be a lot of value. 15 science, probably. Yeah, this is just a lost cause. Unfortunate. Especially as Moroten can kind of dictate where he would like a battle. And having a battle out here would go pretty hard. We are anchoring up here. I think that's smart. We could honestly consider to push into colonies and buy up some tiles to make certain we have the connections we need. Opted to go down south. I like that move a lot. Gonna drag it out a little bit, which isn't bad at all. This has been one of my favorite matches to commentate, as the speed has just been so goddamn entertaining. I am gonna be a big advocate for medium turn timer, especially in the later half of the game.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back, sir. We did see a push out for Moroten, and he killed one ship, trapped another, and the third got trapped in this little Ligurian sea down here. So he got
Basically
nothing.
dead.
Yeah, all three ships are basically dead. But he got the lighthouse for, I wouldn't call it free, but still not entirely bad.
Yeah, it's 6 culture per turn. That's nice. And another order.
Yep. And another order. Our orders are pretty good in Kush. If you take a look at the order, we are ahead of Egypt currently. But I believe Egypt could very soon get a lot of orders by opting to switch out of polytheism and into monotheism. That would be 9 extra orders straight up.
So at what point do you think is the best time to swap over? Do you want to get 4 shrines in every single city?
It depends on the situation. Honestly, right now, Moroten doesn't really need a lot of orders. He doesn't have the orders to spend. He ended his turn with 11 orders a moment ago. And if you think you would like the value from the shrines, get them while you are in polytheism. And you do have some pretty good shrines as Egypt. You do have the order shrine. I would like to get that in every single city. And I would probably also be looking to get the one level to ranged units in a few cities, and maybe also the healer shrine in a few cities. Not a lot of cities, but at least 2 or 3 cities having that extra level on ranged units would be pretty nice. Mainly in the cities with horses, as that's where we're gonna build our unique unit later, I believe. So that would be for, yeah, probably 5 to 6 turns in total, and then I would go back to monotheism, and I would do that now, honestly. Um, Interesting. We've decided our state religion as Egypt is Zoroastrianism. Why did we not go with our pagan religion? I do not know. Maybe we would like to build uh, wonders and no, sorry, monasteries and stuff. But yeah, we opted not to go with pagan. I would have gone with paganism without
So,
batting an eye.
it's the dualism. Does that apply to just the founding city?
No, it's gonna apply to every single city. And I was just taking a look at that, and yeah, we ended up going with dualism. I believe that maybe was our extra science we got a moment back.
Yeah, we
But
did jump back up to right where we were with the
yep.
zealot.
And next turn we are gonna have the museum. So
Constantum asks, "What are the bonuses of having paganism as a state religion?" To my knowledge, it's happiness. If you get everybody on your pagan religion early, and then enact it as a state religion, then they are more happy. I don't know.
in my
What do you think?
opinion, the main benefit is simply it's easier to set up. You don't have to concern yourself with getting uh, the religion spread. You can do it with workers and building the shrines in all the cities. In general, I'd say Judaism or yeah, any of the religions are usually better, but it's a tempo loss. And in the meantime, you could be building units or you could be building officers or something to that extent. But if you're going for the really long game, you would like to have your monasteries, and you won't be able to build those without a state religion, unless you eventually go into divine rule as well. Um, but yeah, it is it can get difficult.
So there is a mechanic, correct me if I'm wrong, where if your units who have a majority of religion of the same religion of the city you're attacking, your 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 opinions are going to take an impact. Is that right?
I believe it is kind of equal often, most of the time, with the religion. Both both the nations are gonna have penalties for attacking the same religion, basically. I think it's gonna equalize eventually, at least to some extent. I don't believe there is a high conversion rate to um, the ordinary religions, but I believe there is some kind of bias for new religions being founded in a holy city. But I'm not certain. We do have some experts in chat. I would refer your questions to Aaron and Frederick. I believe they know the mechanics better than I do with guarding religions. This is what I'm saying, that I'm not the best in this community by a long shot. There's a lot of mechanics I don't really know how work.
Frederick clarifies pagan state religions is mainly for getting benefits from laws. Monotheism, orthodoxy, holy war, and zealot rushing all need a state religion. Thank you, Frederick, for clarifying that.
Yeah. I love this community, and I love you guys in chat, and I love you, Magnus. I am having a lot of love tonight, so that's great.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, no further comment. uh,
No, it's. Sorry, I got a bunch of potato chips in my mouth. But this community is great. That's why I've stuck around for so long. Like, it's unlike anything I've seen before.
yep.
Everybody wants to participate, wants to support each other, and wants to jump in if they can be helpful to the situation. Like we have in chat, Frederick, Aaron, and everybody else. It's just we're all kind, and it's great. Not like League of Legends or anything.
Certainly not.
That's where I came from, so it's night and day.
Night and day. We did finish museum, so we've at 130 science currently in our capital, which is not bad at all. We could even pick a new law, and that would get us to 7 laws. So we could be seeing, and we are a judge, so we could upgrade the garrisons and the strongholds, and we are seeing
just
those.
said it.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
Very nice. So mounted lancers could be coming, and we are having the naval majority, so we could be rushing, or not rushing when it's turned 74, but we could see a naval invasion very soon. Honestly, would be cool.
Where do you think the point of attack will be if Moroten chooses to invade through naval means?
I think the main idea currently is that your opponent is going to be split in a north and a south, and won't be able to reinforce in both areas at the same time. But right now, I think we have a better military. We are gonna have a tempo. I think I would go for the army, honestly. I would go for Sayala and just move in and attempt to take the lighthouse. Maybe that's the reason why we allowed the lighthouse to be built. We wanted it for ourselves.
Good thinking.
I mean,
we'll have to ask him when this is all wrapped up.
Yeah, there is no reason to kill a wonder you're looking to take in a turn or two. So
thanks for building that. I'll be over in 20 turns.
Yeah, I appreciate that greatly. Thank you for doing that. I'll come to grab it. Yeah,
even if you can get away with it, probably don't do it. Build a wonder on the front lines.
Do we have the economy though for building and upgrading our units? We do not have infinite training. It is gonna cost us quite a lot of training with each upgrade, and we do not have a lot of training currently. And it is also gonna cost us some wood and some food. Our wood economy is, however, decent in Egypt currently. We've been pretty adept about building those lumber mills, and we do see Oracle being built. It's about time to get the Oracle in play. We've been sitting at 1,000,000 stone forever, so honestly, it would have been a great pickup for. We switched up. We decided not to go with portcullis initially. Probably a good call to go steel instead. But yeah,
I don't know. How many turns did we have on portcullis? Because getting the free onager or the Maceman card would be pretty helpful.
I would I would almost certainly not go for units bonus cards in this situation. We are behind on tech. We need to catch up. So I would almost certainly attempt to go without. Maybe,
That's a great point.
maybe I would grab something like the civic boosts or the happiness boost or something to that extent. But I don't think I would go for a unit. I would imagine I can defend myself with the current units. We do have our Medjay archers and they have sentinel bonus. At least some of them do. How many Medjay archers? We have 5 Medjay archers in our kingdom. So what is our religion? It's in all our cities currently. So yeah, the order economy is excellent in Kush. It's not bad in Egypt, but it's 10 better in Kush's empire. Again, it's not significant per se, but it is a difference. And overall, if tech wasn't an issue, I would give the edge to Kush currently. But tech is very much an issue.
Brack mentions this is sort of terrifying for them to witness because they're playing on an inland sea next round. But I argue that this is probably extremely productive for you to witness. You're learning what works and what doesn't on an inland sea. You need a navy if your choke points are going to be highly contested.
Yep. Not wrong. Building a treasury level 3 in Moreau. We could build a scribe. Apprentice scribe. 68 civics. Crazy civics overall. I wonder if we feel confident enough to push into Kush. We should. Look at the vision Egypt does have. We do see a lot of our opponent. Are they both taking steel?
Thanks to that tracker.
Are they both taking steel at the same time? Yeah, they are. They're both taking steel at the exact same time.
I bet he might be waiting for guilds. If we're not seeing apprentices being made now. That's certainly what I do, but that's just me thinking that's better.
I don't think I would go that route. I think we have we have a significant advantage with the Empire of Kush being split in a south and a north. So if we can just hold the north and we have a pretty defensive position, maybe build a few more forts up top if we could spare it, or just hold the line actually for now. We can always reinforce it if we need it, and move in the south somewhere could be an option. Move in somewhere basically. We could also just move in the middle of the empire and draw the attention of Kush all the way back. We have a lot of options as Egypt.
You know what's really exciting is that they're both going to hit legendary in the same turn in their capitals.
Are they? 11 turns? 11 turns they are. How did we manage to catch up in science? That was probably the Elder or the museum, I believe. Interesting.
Oh, you mean culture?
Yeah, culture, sorry.
Yeah, eight culture per turn. That's doing a lot. Well, 30 science per turn. It's also doing a lot.
Also inspiring, and Rising Star is doing a lot. We got Zenobia.
Man.
I believe it's mainly the Zenobia difference.
Yeah, you're right. That's 30 culture.
Can we up our culture output in Kush? It would be devastating to lose it on the same turn. I'm not sure we are looking to build Heliopolis in Egypt, but we should build it just to prevent Kush from getting it, basically.
Yeah, there is a pin for it. So I think Moroten is planning on building it, just likely just to deny Kush of it.
Where do we see the pin? Oh, I see.
It's up in Musset.
Yeah, I see. It is. They both have the dry spot, so both could build it the turn you get to legendary. A lot of interesting races. I believe we are gonna get there one turn early, Ash Kush currently, but I'm not entirely certain. If nothing changes, which I mean, it's probably gonna change.
Whoever's
I would go for the
turn was first, right?
I would go for an. If you look right now in the two cities, you do see that Moreau is in 10 turns and it's still 11 in Wasset. So.
And Morrison should see that too. Wait, no.
He doesn't have spies.
Just now building the Oracle.
Yeah, the Oracle is not online for a little while. It would be entertaining to see a crazy Heliopolis. And it would be a crazy Heliopolis.
He does have, yeah, a schemer in Moreau, so he knows.
We are sitting at 7 laws in Egypt, and we could go for epics or exploration if we needed to go up to 7 laws. I would consider it soon. Get started on those citadels rather early, and if we can get to at least a decent number of unique units, we should be pretty golden for defense in Kush.
Well, that slow crawl I mentioned, probably 20 turns back, seems to be happening down in the south now. We're getting forts built up.
Ooh, yeah.
And we're moving our archers forward, and then putting a road down.
And honestly, that might be sometimes the greatest defense is an offense, and kind of forcing the issue down in this direction where we don't really care too much about our city. I mean, we would like to keep the city, don't get me wrong, but this is an excellent place to be fighting, as we do have advantage of Highlander, we do have an advantage of having a lot of forts in the area. It's gonna be our units defining the battle, so I see why we're going down here, but can we be alpha striked? Tile buying into these light chariots coming online and saying hello. With that said, if the light chariots are coming down here, they are not being promoted to mounted lances. So, I mean, at least there is that. It's gonna take a while for these forts to be built. And we could certainly snipe at least two. We could probably get all the 2 spearmen here. If we wanted to. Not sure we are looking to do it, but we could. This is a time like this where stalling is not really gonna serve you, and I am concerned for Moroten that he's not gonna put on any pressure. He does have an edge currently in regards to military. He is ahead, and he could alpha strike, and he has the orders to spare.
I'm curious. What I mean, you could tile line, right, to get up there, but why not just anchor?
Maybe you would like to not depend on ships in the future, but yeah, putting down one anchor in the Ligurian Sea and just having all those mounted lances land on top of the hills and start killing our opponent would probably not be a bad call. It's a very long way to putting up any defense, but we are seeing one anchor in the middle of the map. I would love to see more anchoring, honestly.
I wonder, is this a not
Fake
a
out.
ruse, but a bait? Yeah, because he was moving the chariots closer toward
It
the
could be.
southern city.
But if it is a fake out, I see no reason why not to anchor at least one more ship, because currently it would only take a few units to block out this coastline. Actually, if there was a hidden promotion, you never know, but in theory there could be a promotion on the ship, and if there's a promotion on the ship, you need to take that into account and move accordingly. So you would actually need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units on the coast to make certain he's not invading. And we could probably do that, but yeah. Back to Kush. Look at the signs from Kush. It is rising, and it is rising pretty fast. I mean, we are still being left in the dust, but we are having, by all metrics, a pretty good science game.
Yeah, we're going for machinery. So it correct me if I'm wrong, but Egypt has been going for more science. I'm looking into more science. I'm building more science. But if we're getting machinery, this science is being put to work into military. So if Kush can produce those onagers um, before Egypt can, it's not going to matter what the income is if your cities are going to go down.
I really don't think Onagers is going to be a great defense, because this game, unlike a lot of games, basically with navy supremacy, you can attack wherever you would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So having Onagers set up in one of your cities, Egypt is just going to say, all right, I have the most mobile unit in the game, mounted lancer, and I'm just going to attack a different city. And then I'm gonna attack a different city and a different city. So I really do not believe in machinery. I think you should. I don't know if you had a better tech option. I mean, it was land consolidation, scholarship, doctrine, so not really a great alternative. I would say I would be looking for infantry square currently if I was Kush. Going straight there would be my my main idea.
Well, it could also be the bonus card that he's
I,
going for to secure the
no,
Hagia Sophia.
you shouldn't be looking for bonus cards. At least I wouldn't be. But I think a funny point from Frederick, he's saying these forts being built currently would be neutral forts in the future. So if you can go in with mountain lancers, kill these spears in the hills, and then move your units on top of the forts, you're gonna have the forts. So that could be
Always
case.
coming in, stealing things. Thank you for building my fort.
thank you for building my lighthouse. But he's sort of needing to do that. Coming back to Egypt here, he is gonna go for the free onager, and I ironically like going for the free onager on Egypt as he is ahead in science. He would like to turn the science into a military advantage.
We are going to wrap it up.
Seemingly this is gonna be the last turn. An exciting game, that's for certain. I really like this game. It's very different and it's very fast. This is session 2, but they are only playing for 2.5 hours each time, and already close to year 80. So amazing speed overall from our players.
I think when we come back, we're going to see some action. It'll be quite exciting.
Yeah, I think so. Taking a look at the stats here, we do have again big science lead, but not enough to decide the game without any additional units, and we're not having them currently. We are seeing a military lead, quite significant for Moroten currently. Orders quite close. Overall, I'd say Egypt is ahead, but with current specialists, we have Kush in the lead, and with current upgrades controlled, we have Kush in the lead. So the economy is better for Kush. At least it should be in theory eventually. But science is definitely favoring Egypt. Late game is gonna favor Kush, as they will have sentinels, so a lot of the archers are gonna be even better. Having a sentinel on your units is gonna give a lot of firepower. Very close game. Very
Absolutely.
close game. This is. It could still go either way. I believe Egypt is ahead currently. He's having second thoughts about which tech he should pick here.
Yeah, it all depends on how Egypt is going to use his spear. You know, where are the units going to go? How is he going to transport them across enemy lines? And I think that should be done rather soon because, as we've established, Kush is growing exponentially, and they could at some point meet Egypt and then begin to overtake them. It's a possibility, but we will just have to wait to see.
I do believe the current military production is favoring Kush, and it's gonna be even better later as we're gonna have even more rangers and officers going. So there is a timer, and the time is ticking. Moroten will need to find even more advantage in the next session. He needs to go on the offensive. He needs to do something, and that means attacking into a sentinel city somewhere on the map. But he can go wherever he would like to, as he is having naval supremacy currently. That is not guaranteed forever. You could be looking at a Kush player trying to build up his naval fleet. Having lost those 3 ships earlier, really unfortunate for Kush, but at least he got the lighthouse, so there is that.
Kush is 1 turn ahead for the Heliopolis, so once that comes online, if Moroten doesn't do anything about it, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, it could really add. It would add half an order to each shrine, but it is times 0.5 as we are Kush, so it it would be 0.75 orders per shrine, and we're having 4 shrines each city, so it would be what, like 24 orders or something, which is a lot. Quick math. But yeah, great session.
Thanks for doing that math. I wouldn't have been able to.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed
Right.
the show and appreciate you joining me, Magnus. It
Of
was,
course.
as
Good
always, a
fun.
pleasure. Good fun, good fun. But yeah, I am gonna close out the stream. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Give a like and a subscribe and all that jazz. But nevertheless, thank you for watching. Bye bye, guys.
See you next
See ya.
time.
Bye bye.